Thanks for a kind introduction, and it's my honor to have a chance to introduce my research, and I appreciate the Dean and the committee member for giving me the opportunity. My name is Andrew Yoon. I'm Associate Professor of Civil, Environmental, and Construction Engineering, and also I have a lab, Advanced Imaging Monitoring and Sensing Laboratory for the Infrastructure, and also I'm affiliated faculty of the Center for Research in Computer Vision. In the past, I developed different surface and subsurface condition assessment techniques for large road and rail networks. So that will be my today's topic. And before I go to the technical talk, and I joined the UCF 2010. And in my research, my lab has a mission statement that we develop a field-enabled technology to improve the civil infrastructure system. So my research is highly the field-oriented and then and also includes a lot of field validation because the civil engineer field is very important. And I have three focuses. The first is structural health monitoring, particularly for the soil interface system. That includes bridges and tunnels and retaining walls and foundations. And I actually validated my technology in the field condition in large scale. Second focus is on machine learning and computer vision application for transportation infrastructure. And third is spectroscopy-based non-destructive evaluation for the construction materials. I particularly use Raman and fluorescence piezo spectroscopy to measure the stress in non-contact way. And in the past, I also used a nuclear magnetic resonance and a magnetic resonance image to characterize the concrete materials. And today's talk, I will include the second and third focuses. My research has been funded different public agencies and private companies, and that includes NSF and DOTs and then also Korean governments. And also I'm an active member of the CEC, our department, the Future City Research Initiative, because my research is highly related to the smart city technologies. In teaching, I teach undergrad and graduate core mechanics and then reinforced concrete related courses. And so far I had like 6 postdocs, and 2 have been graduated with the Ph.D. and then 1 is about to graduate. And also I had 2 computer science students I co-advised with Dr. Shah at computer science. And those students actually involved for the my machine learning application for the transportation infrastructure. And also I had 7 master students. I'm also the faculty advisor of the America Concrete Institute, student chapter. And the UCF was recognized as a national, ACI National Excellent Universities in 2011, and then our team we got the first place award for the National Concrete Volleyball Competition. So back to my technical talk. So we drive a car every day. So the road condition matters in our daily life. So governments use this kind of vehicle equipped with the imaging devices to collect the millions of road surface images to cover the long mileage of the road network. So in the past, the human inspectors measures and marked road distresses from this image manually. But now we can automate this with the computer vision technique. So my lab has developed the different generations of deep learning algorithm to segment the different road distresses. And also we developed the semantic segmentation technique for road cracking, because road cracking is very important road distress type. And we applied these techniques in like the actual road network. This case is San Antonio in Texas. So then using this technique, then we can calculate pavement condition index, PCI. And in the map, you can see that the red is a very poor condition and the green is a good condition. So then we can prioritize which part of the road has to be, the renovated or, the recovered, first place. And also using the computer vision, we can count every single crack on the road. So for this example, we have more than 27,000 cracks per mile. And then we can also measure the average and the standard deviation at crack length and crack width. So this will give us a very important understanding of what kind, what is severity and what type of the road damages we have in network level. And we compared our algorithm with the other popular deep learning algorithms. And the result shows that our method outperform others, because we designed this particularly for the road damages. So you can see that different patches and patterns and all different kind of the road damages. And our lab also develops hardware equipment. So we developed this van. So it has on the top, it has a line scanning camera for the surface imaging. So then we can actually get the surface image, what you saw in the previous slide. And also this van equipped with the 3D ground penetrating radar. So then we can take a 3D image underground. At the same time, we collect the surface image. So this GPR device is the frequency modulated continuous wave radar. It has an in-phase and quadratic antenna. So then with that, we can collect this kind of the raw 3D image. But as you can see, this image is like an X-ray image, so then it's very hard to understand what we have underground. So our lab developed a signal processing algorithm to estimate the relative dielectric constant. So then roughly speaking, knowing the dielectric constant, is the red is a denser material and the blue is a loose material. So having that, what we can know is, so we have like a orange color, which is going through, that is a concrete pipes and connected to the manhole. And you can see that the interface between the asphalt layers and then soil layer. And also you can see that there's a loose part of the soil. That is poor compaction because we have a manhole. So then usually this is causing the road collapse. So the main key point of this technique is there are other techniques to estimate the relative dielectric constant, but in our case, we can actually get the very high spatial resolution. That is the key thing about this technique. So then we can have a better understanding of what we have, what kind of material we have in the underground. This is another the vehicle that, oh, sorry. So this is another vehicle that we developed. So this is like a ground shaker, so rolling ground shaker. So then while this vehicle is moving, it actually shake the ground with this roller. And it has a series of gyro points, so then it actually captures the ground vibration. So then we can understand the resistance from the ground, pavement, which is a very important structural response. And related to the construction material research, to civil engineers, concrete and steels are very important material. And in many cases, we want to measure the stress in these materials in non-contact way to overcome traditional contact sensors. So the rail buckling is a good example. So to measure the excessive stress in the rail, we have to install millions of thousands of sensors along the rail, which is very expensive and very hard to maintain with the traditional contact sensors. So to overcome that, we developed a non-contact stress sensing technique using the Raman or fluorescence piezo spectroscopy. So idea is by scanning with the low power laser along the rail, we can actually measure the stress in the rail. So we actually tested this in the laboratory and the field. So as you can see in the video that there's a low power laser shooting to the side of the rail, and then we can measure the stress, and then we can move on to the next step. And same technique can be used for the concrete material. By looking at the different wavelength bandwidth. So in this case, what you're seeing is ultra high performance concrete in terms of strength. And we want to measure the stress non-contact way with the Raman or the fluorescence piezo spectroscopy. So the idea is, using this non-contact sensing, we can measure the stress selectively from the aggregate and cement paste matrix. And this is very important to understand the load transfer mechanism in concrete material. So we actually did the lab test using the concrete. So then applying the load, and then what we have two beams. One is a fluorescence. This actually measures the stress in the cement paste. And then red is a Raman laser to measure the stress in the aggregate. So then we can selectively measure these two different the stresses. And then our lab results actually shows a very promising results. And finally, this is the past and current and future collaboration. In the past, my research is highly interdisciplinary, so then I actually have a lot of good collaboration with our colleagues. So then in the past that I worked with Dr. Song about the additive manufacturing for the smart civil material, and Dr. Shah about the automated road condition assessment and then asset management. And again, I'm an active member of the Smart City initiative in our department. And also relate to the spectroscopy-based NDE, I collaborate with Dr. Baudelaire in chemistry. And these days, I'm actually trying to expand my research towards the UAV application to have for the survey in a large area. So I collaborate with Dr. Chu and then Dr. Aguhari in mechanical engineering. And and I know that from this year and then in the next few years, in FHWA, I prepared the I think quite a good large funding related to the sustainability of the transportation infrastructure under the sea level rise and inundation and coastal erosion. So I'm actually preparing for that, and then I'm looking for our colleagues, the collaborator for this kind of research. So thank you very much.